Hey guys, it's Marisa, kitchentablestamper.com. I've got a really cute Valentine pouch for you today. This is what is inside our Valentine pouch. All right, let's get started with our little pouch here. I'm going to start with the workings of the pouch, and you need a 6 by 12 inch piece of designer series paper. I have got the From My Heart designer series paper. It is my favorite. And we're going to score this one up at 1 inch. It's in our Simply Score tool here. 1 inch. And then 3 3/4. Trying to do it with the phone in between me and the Simply Scored. 3 3/4. And let's see here what's next. 6 1/2. And then 9 1/4. So that's the 12-inch side. All right, now we're gonna rotate to the 6-inch side and score at 2 inches. Pretty easy so far, right? You're following with me? All right, now my bone folder. Let's grab a bone folder and paper snips. And let's make the base of this bag. All right, there it is. So I'm gonna score or fold the score lines, but I'm gonna do them opposite side first. This designer series paper is a little bit more delicate than cardstock, and we're just gonna work these lines carefully. And if any of the pattern cracks off of this designer series paper, if your paper is dry, we want that to happen inside the bag. That's why we're folding it inside out first. Okay, so sometimes the printed pattern on these can crack, especially if you live in dry climates. And if that happens, you want that inside your bag. So we're gonna fold it inside out first, and then we're gonna fold it right way around. All right, now we're gonna take our 6 by 12 piece here, and let's liberate the tabs for the bottom of our box. So you're going to cut out this little score line here, and you're going to stop when you hit the intersecting score line. So you're cutting up on your vertical line, and when you hit the horizontal one, stop. And I like to take that little score line out. So it's just the tiniest little dart that we're cutting out of there. It helps debulk our bags, boxes, and 3D projects a little bit if you just take that time. But you don't want to go too extreme because then it looks sloppy and kind of random and angled. All right, now we're down. We've got the 4 big tabs here. We're going to liberate the 4th one right here. We're going to stop at the intersecting score line, but at this point, we're going to just snip that little rectangle out. And we're also going to snip just a tiny little angle there on our glue tab. Good? You guys following me? It's a pretty easy little pouch, actually. Now I need tear and tape, and we're going to put tear and tape along the edge of the right side, the correct side, the outward facing side of our designer series paper. Peel that off. Fold in, so here's our glue tab, 2nd score line, and then fold in from the opposite side on the 1st score line. Line these guys up and burnish them down. And now we've got the makings of our pouch. Next up, the seam goes down the back of our box. So this is the front of our box. We want to bring the side tabs in, the back tab forward, and then on the front tab, we're going to put some more tear and tape adhesive. Okay, now this is a designer series paper. Let's burnish that adhesive from the inside of the box with a bone folder. All right, now I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. Let me show you how we're going to get the shape of our box. Do you see how we're just pushing to flatten? We're going to, at the very ends of the box, just flatten out with your thumb and forefinger. So there's your pouch. Isn't that cute? And here's your decorated pouch. All right, set aside for just a minute. And I've got these I've looked at them for a very long time. At Walmart, they have pink snowballs. There's 12 of them in a package. I love that they're clear wrapped, and they're clear wrapped, so I could see what I was buying. Sometimes when you buy little treats and stuff, you can't see as they're going to be printing all over the front and stuff like that. So this is what I'm using inside of my treat bag. It's the perfect size. And I want to add a little finesse and cover up the printing on the front there. But I also want to remember that somebody is going to take off the plastic wrapper, enjoy this treat, and toss this wrapper. So we don't want to get too crazy. I'm just going to do some really quick embellishing with the Heartfelt bundle. This bundle makes Valentine's so easy. So if you've got a lot of Valentines to make, this is really the bundle for you. I've got my scallop punch. This is from the Heart Punch Pack. And I'm going to cut out one real red scallop heart. And then I've also got some Whisper White cardstock here, just a scrap. And I'm going to stamp in real red Stampin' Pad, the Happy Valentine's greeting from the Heartfelt stamp set. So we want to ink up well. We want a nice solid image with a crisp negative greeting. Well, Happy Valentine's Day isn't negative. It's negative space. Happy Valentine's Day is very positive, wouldn't you say? So there's our Happy Valentine's. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this stamp. I'm going to wear it out. All right. Well, while we're stamping, let's do the pieces for the outside of our box. So I got another little bit wider scrap of Whisper White cardstock here. And another Valentine favorite. I've got my tags Valentine stamp. So tags had images for Valentine's, for winter holidays, and for Halloween. And there's 3 images on a stamp. They all stamp at once. And then there's a die that cuts out all 3 tags. So another good stamp set and die for this one. Another good coordinated product for making lots of treats. So if you're making them for classrooms, if you're making one for everybody at the office, if you are a craft fair crafter, these are great products for making lots. I'm just gonna do all 3 images all in one stamp. Isn't that gorgeous? Whoo, I love it. All right, that's our stamping. What else do we want to do right now? Let's get rid of the Stampin' Pierce mat. And this one's had a minute to dry, so we're going to go back to our Happy Valentine's Day image for a second here. This is the other punch that comes in the Heart Punch Pack. There's a smooth heart punch. So check this out. There's our smooth heart. Here's our scalloped heart. And look at how pretty. Doesn't that make you so happy? Craft therapy. It just brings all the happy flowing. All right, so for this inside of my treat, I'm gonna do little Stampin' Dimensionals and adhere my smooth heart to my scallop heart and my scallop heart to my treat. So a couple more little minis. I love minis, they're the best invention ever. All right, this guy is going to go up on top of my little snowball, and it's going to distract from that code. Pretty cute, don't you think? Now watch this. Here's the pouch that we just made. And we're just going to pop this little guy down in. Perfect. Don't you love when you find the perfect treats? All right, so I am right now just going to seal my little treat inside my box. So I ran a little line of tear and tape. I'm going to peel the release on this. And if you wanted to, I'm gonna make a bunch of these, and I don't wanna fight with them. I don't wanna rustle them. You could just fold the little label that we're gonna use over the top, punch and tie with ribbon, and then the bag would be reclosable. But if you're going to make 12 or 24 of them and you just don't want to wrestle with it, put a little tear and tape adhesive along the back edge and then just bring the 2 together. And now you don't have to wrestle to get it closed. It does mean that it is not reclosable, but that's okay. I had a great time crafting it, and somebody is gonna love receiving this little pouch. So not every project needs to be reclosable, but if you wanted it to be, that's how you do it. Just pinch it closed. And now since we're already talking about the little label, let's show you that label. And when you fold the label over and you punch, tie the ribbon, that would be enough to probably secure it. All right, let's get the label that I'm going to use here. It's a new die from the Sweetly Stitched, and we need a little real red cardstock. We're going to die cut that label. We got a little bit of die cutting to do, so we're going to do it all at once. I got my real red scrap, and I got a Flirty Flamingo scrap because I'm also going to cut some of these little hearts from the tag trio. So, and I think I can do both of those at once. I wonder if I could do them all at once. You guys know I love cutting all my die cuts all at one time. Any project that I can get all the die cutting done in one pass, I am a happy girl. All right, so I got my Flirty Flamingo and the little hearts from the tag trio. I've got my labels, and then this is the tag trio die. Cuts out all of those little labels at one time. And all you have to do with this die is line it up so that you can barely see the little edges on the Be Mine, and so that the die touches the solid space on the bottom of Love You More. That should give you pretty good alignment. Little low-tack tape will keep it from shifting when we cut. And then here's our label from the Stitched So Sweetly. I think that's the name of it. I'll have to look and make sure. Make sure I'm not steering you wrong. All right, so here's our label. And then our little hearts. Let's pull that out so you can see. So that little die makes a heart, a outline about the same size, and then a little heart. Love that. And then you can mix and match those and layer them. And then lastly, here's our tag trio die. Isn't that great? Love it. All right. Since we've got our little Be Mine, Be My Valentine tag, I'm going to go ahead and adhere. This way I don't lose my little Flirty Flamingo heart with some multi-purpose liquid glue. And then when you guys were all hanging out before, I die cut that same piece in real red. So we're going to use some real red. We're going to pop up the smallest little guy, real red, using half of a mini dimensional. So there's our cutie little tag. Doesn't that just bring it to life with the Flirty Flamingo? All right, slide these guys to the side, and let's get back to this label where we started. So our Stitch So Sweetly. You want to, at this point, just kind of gently bring your label in half, and I'm doing it inside out. And then I'm going to flip it around right side, and grab my bone folder, and work that crease. There's your little bag topper. Pretty cute. Here's our pouch. All right, let's adhere this to our bag with a little snail on both sides. And you can center it up because this bag is perfectly designed for this label. Do you see how the score line's perfectly centered? And I'm going to punch a little 1/8 inch hole in the top of the bag here. Slide through a little ribbon. I'm using my metallic edge silver ribbon today. I love it. All right, so we're gonna slide through this little hole that we created. See, this is why I just glued it closed. It's so much easier to just close the pouch, and I don't have to wrestle with trying to keep it closed so it's resealable. All right, then tie a bow. Okay, so there's our treat pouch all closed up. Awesome treat inside. Now let's decorate. I've got my heart doilies here, If you haven't seen these are amazing. They're just too cute. You get a ton of them. There's 40 doilies in this packet. I'm in love with these guys. Good thing there's a lot because I can't stop using them. And I'm going to layer to that some silver glimmer cardstock that I am going to punch with my scallop. And I did check to make sure the scrap fit before, so I didn't have to use a whole brand new sheet. Let's see if I can do it again. Ha ha ha! Look at that. And this one is going to get glued with multi-purpose liquid glue right to our doily. Cute, cute. Now I need a pattern heart. I love this foil. Nothing like stacking a little foil on top of a little glimmer and really blinging it up for Valentine's Day, because we're going to bring in a faceted gem in just a minute too. So I'm going to go ahead and punch myself a little heart here. So we did the scallop for the glimmer and the smooth for the foil. And they're just so fast. Oh my, if you're making a ton of Valentines, punches are the way to go. So fast. I got dimensionals. And let's pop this dude onto our glimmer. Now I find with the glimmer, it pays to take a minute and really mash that adhesive in. All right, Be Mine Valentine. Let's get those little negative spaces out, our little smiley face spaces. Doesn't look like a smiley face when it's cut out, does it? Only in the die. Got a little multi-purpose liquid glue, and you'll see that I'm staying on the left half of the back of the die, because we're gonna just adhere that to the heart. But then we're gonna take our little minis, we're gonna peel the backing off of one, and we're going to stack two high, because these are treats, and I get crazy with the dimensionals. So now we got a double bump. See my double bump there? And we're going to take the double bump, and we're going to put the double bump on the back corner of our label. We need our multi-purpose, oh no, not multi-purpose liquid glue. Of course, Stampin' Dimensionals. We would be missing out on an opportunity to add dimension if we didn't put our whole embellishment on with some mini dimensionals. We're almost done. What do you guys think of this little pouch? Anybody gonna try it? All right, make sure you get that double bump, adhere those down. Cute, right? Okay, we're not done yet. If you take a look at this one, you'll see, you know, glimmer, foil, not enough. We gotta add some bling. So I'm gonna grab these little faceted from my heart gems and my multi-purpose liquid glue. And I'm going to just do a tiny little dot kind of in the right lower. We need a take your pick tool. Makes wrestling gems easier. I got a little flirty flamingo one. I think there's a white one on the original project. And we're gonna just stick that right on the heart. If you guys have any questions about the project, you can email me, marisa@kitchentablestamper.com, or private message me through Facebook. I'm getting much better at using the messaging system through Facebook. And reach out if I can do anything for you. Stay crafty, you guys. Bye!